What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Salud Cabrones podcast. I am Danny Villegas.
And I am Javier Ledesma.
Javier.
Dude, what the fuck, Danny?
We are doing a podcast in the private dance room at the Admiral Theater.
I'm not going to lie, dude. This is definitely a freaking first. Not only that, but this is like some bucket list shit for some people. Because I'm not going to lie to you. I spent some time in this place when I was like 18 inches older.
I just don't know how many diseases we're sitting on right
I
now.
know. We're sitting in these really nice chairs that I'm sure there's been culo on before.
All kinds.
But all kinds. This is hilarious to me. We just experienced a live professional wrestling show at the Admiral Strip Club in Chicago, Illinois. And I got to tell you, Danny, when this show was announced, before we even were to be part of it, to come in and interview someone, I remember telling you, Danny, I don't care what we do, but we have to be there because I'm curious where they're going to put the goddamn wrestling ring. I'm like, this is unique. I don't think that I've ever heard of anything like that, but it's pretty freaking awesome. I'm not going to lie.
It happened, man. It happened. And what made it even better is we got a special guest with us on the podcast today, brother.
The word special doesn't even begin to cover it.
Absolutely not, man. I mean, I'm talking about the wonderful, the fabulous Miss Melissa Santos with us.
The crowd goes wild.
Melissa was the host
Cheers
tonight.
To
Cheers. Yes.
Salud.
I'm drinking a cerveza. I don't think anybody's ever seen me, so this is the first to really drinking a beer on a podcast.
Really?
This is dope.
Oh, I feel good. I feel special.
I just feel really relaxed.
What's Brian gonna say?
My people. I'm in charge. He might be big, but he knows quien manda en la casa.
Oh, there you go.
My
scared of me.
My
He's
wife
probably
says the
scared
same
of me.
thing.
He
My wife
is.
says the same thing. It's okay.
Yes.
It's
He
okay.
loves me though.
I think all of our wives are in charge.
They're in charge. We just act like you're in charge. Right?
Yeah, they give us the benefit of the doubt, and for the most part, that makes us feel good. But we know the truth.
That means they're good women.
But thank you so much for coming and sitting with us after the show. You know, it's a Thursday night, 10:30 at night, but Melissa still came and sat with us.
Well,
to do
I
this
promised
podcast.
I was
Thank
going to
you.
do it. It was a rough morning and flight over here. It took an hour, and I'm not driving, so I have to get picked up. And by the time I got here, you guys went to the show. There's just a lot of things going on, and I'm like, oh man, I'm not going to make it. But you guys stayed, and I know you have to be at work. You guys have things to do. You have families. You were telling me you have your daughters.
I have my daughters, yes, my two daughters,
exactly.
yes.
And I'm giggling a little bit because you said that you guys listen to Taylor Swift.
We do.
So I got talking to my mind.
She's Tay-Tay.
Tay-Tay.
I don't even know. She
doesn't even know Tay-Tay.
Okay.
But no, I mean, man, your voice is, synonymous for ring announcing, man. I mean, you ring announce, professional wrestling, boxing. I mean, when did that start for you?
So I know, before you answer that, today was a stressful day.
It
I know it was, because the sound system was all jacked up
And
for
my
tonight's
voice,
show.
you guys can actually hear my voice is super raspy. I sound like, I don't know if you guys know who, what is it? Alejandra Guzman.
Oh, yeah.
I sound raspy as hell.
That's
right
hilarious.
now.
That's the first. I don't think we've ever name dropped Alejandra Guzman on the show.
Old school, right?
That's
but
old
that's
school.
what I think of because she has that, really raspy voice, and I'm like, yo, my voice. But this is because it's damaged
a
right
little
now.
Ana Gabriel too.
A little Ana Gabriel.
You
A
rocked
little
it
bit.
today,
Yeah,
and
but I
you
try my
made it
best.
work. You made it work with
It's what we do.
what you were given to today was, in pro wrestling, a lot of times we call it, hey, you chicken shit, and you turn it into chicken salad, right?
There you go.
You definitely turned today into chicken salad. Being a fan in the crowd and hearing you work was pretty awesome, and I'm like, man, I know she's hurting today,
'Cause
but
my
she made it
face,
work.
The sound was off. And it's not the promotion's fault or anything.
Oh,
It's
no, definitely not.
It's just sound. We're in a different place. We've never done anything here before. So the sound was off. There were some logistic things off. And so, I just do what I need to do. And we're professionals and we make it happen.
Yeah.
My voice is gone, but it'll be back.
There was a moment when the referee went to whisper something at your ear, like you were about to announce a triple threat match, and it was supposed to be 1-on-1.
Because they didn't tell
They didn't tell you.
to
And then
switch it out.
Not only was the
I
mic,
will show you guys the card. The mic is all on and shit. You know what I mean? I have the card, and I'm like, it's not the, and he's like, and I'm like, oh, that. It would be really nice if they told the announcer that information.
it was fun to watch you
But you know
squirm.
what? But it's a great show. The thing is,
It was an awesome
it's
show.
logistically, it was a great show, amazing wrestling. the crowd was hot, dude.
From
Chicago,
beginning to end, the crowd was hot.
You guys, it was like sold out. People were standing. It was freaking wild. I love that.
We were helping people get chairs from the VIP room, believe it or not.
That's amazing.
All these little like booths that you have here, they were stuffed full of chairs. And people were like standing everywhere. We were like, well, I guess we have to help.
Yes. So you guys were helping?
Yes. We were pulling chairs
was,
out.
Like coming together to make it a great show. So everybody was like understanding. They're like, it's sound. It's happening. Some things got flipped around. Okay, Melissa's saying the wrong freaking announcement, which has never happened. So you're welcome for that.
No, you still
you're welcome. Those of you who watched the show,
you still did your
little
thing,
treat.
Man. And like I said, when did that all start for you? Because you kill it.
You know what it is? So I was always a performer growing up, and I've said this before, but I grew up singing, dancing, and acting, and so I was always just like that annoying kid that'd be like, hey, can I put on a show for you? And all the parents are like, here we go, we're singing now. Or I get all my cousins together, and I'm like, let's put on a show together, right? And so I was always like, kind of just that kind of big personality, kind of like the way my daughter is now, which is really interesting to see. But I was just always like that. I was, I played wrestling. I have 3 brothers, so I was.
Who was your favorite wrestler
tossed around. I mean, I like Bret Hart. I mean, I was just like, he's sexy.
Mm-hmm.
I was a girl.
I love how girls look at wrestling in a completely different light than we do.
You know what? I look at it differently, but back then I'm he's sexy. Like, it's what it is. And I just, I watched with my brothers. I wasn't into it like hardcore like that, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to wrestle with them anyway. I don't care. And I would wrestle. My first injury ever, my brother pulled me off the that was not even a move. Just so you know, Guillermo, if you're watching that was not even a fucking move.
God damn it, Guillermo.
Damn it, Guillermo, so Latino. What? He just pulled me off the couch and I hit the ground. Like, so off, like, my head was like this and he pulls me off and I was wearing these suspenders and the top of the suspender had fallen off. So when I hit the ground, the suspender went into my head. Oh! And when I get up, I'm like, you hit my head, and my brothers were all, like freaking out. I'm like, what?
You're bleeding?
Dude, bleeding. The thing is still stuck in my head.
Oh my God.
And I was like, took it like a G though. Like I was a boss. Like I was like this. I swear. I went, and I'm like,
it's called paying your dues.
You made a hole in my head like that. There was a hole. I could stick my finger. It's somewhere here too. I have a bald spot.
You still got the scar there?
I have a bald spot.
Really?
I swear to you, what I'll do, just so you guys can see it, if you want to edit the bald spot.
We're taking a picture of that.
We need to find it. You might not find it with all my hair, but I'll find it. I'll take a picture and send it to you guys.
We're taking a picture of that. We're posting that.
There's a bald spot in my head for everyone to know.
There you go, Guillermo, man. Come on.
Yeah, Memito. We call him Memito too sometimes. Memo.
I'm glad that you went through that wrestling stage as a little kid. I think all of us that are in this industry, we all have our stories about that. We all wrestled with our pillows or whatever it was.
Your cousins, like everybody, all the kids in the neighborhood, like it's.
So a funny story. I've been spoiled by pro wrestling so much in my life that I don't know how to actually fight. And there was a moment in time when I was a kid. There was people that like.
You told people that,
No, I know, right?
Everyone knows.
They tried to jump me and my cousin, and I put them in wrestling holds.
And it worked.
I remember that. I was like, there's people trying to jump me and my cousin, and I'm just like, they're trying to put a sharpshooter on motherfuckers.
Listen, you see that happen sometimes in MMA. You see it in wrestling, okay? That came from somewhere. Don't tell me you can't take someone out like that.
Right.
Okay. You can take them out. It's fine.
There's that MMA fight where that guy ends up in a Boston Crab, and I busted out laughing.
Yes! Brian said it to me. I go, look, and I'm like, I know.
I cheered my
Don't tell
pop
me
for
it's
that.
not real. Sure.
So you said you sang too. Who are your musical influences?
Oh my God, I love all so I grew up dancing was like my first love. I did dance, singing, and acting, but I went to a school that did all of them, but my focus was dance. So I just listened to a lot of different types of music, so I'm able to move through it. So I was a competitive dancer, so just everything. I love Latin music first though. So my mom would play only, like I'm first generation Latina born in California, so my parents spoke mainly Spanish, so I'm pretty fluent in Spanish. So I listened to mostly Spanish music growing up until I was probably like in second grade. I didn't even know there was English music that existed. I swear to you, I'm over here singing. And that's why I know Alejandra Guzman. So all those women like Selena, which everybody loved, are still, we still love her. But all those people influenced me. But I love like growing up Monica and Brandy,
Hold on, I
Casey and JoJo. I love R&B. It's not, to me, gosh, man, R&B just feels my heart, like my soul, like some Tank,
okay, yep.
Dude, like sexy. I try to play it for Brian, and he tries. to be cute. He's cute, you know. And
that's a big human being to try to move like that.
Be all sexy, you know. But it's not. That's something we actually don't share. But he knows that I just love all kinds of music. But I also love. I like listen to country music. I'm a Christian. I like Christian music. Like I just love all music. Like I just think it can make you feel different things depending on what mood you're in. So, and it's the same with dance, depending on what I was like, what piece I was gonna choreograph or kind of what vision I had. Yeah, I would just go.
So
okay,
when you're a couple of tequilas in,
yeah,
what are you listening to? I know some
Vicente Fernandez.
Yeah.
I just pictured Brian.
Rata de dos patas.
I pictured Brian in the corner, all upset, like.
Exactly. One time we went to a karaoke bar and I got super drunk. He got mad at me because I just was like, "Give me the karaoke machine." And me and a girlfriend were just going off, and he was in the corner like.
What are you singing at karaoke?
Just gosh, oh my gosh, that's like crazy because everything. Like I'll sing some Pat Benatar if I have, depending on the mood that I'm in. But I just love everything. Like I will go. My go-tos are always going to be Spanish songs first.
Yes.
Like I love that. I love like this. I love my people.
Mm-hmm. There
it's
you
my
go.
favorite.
I love it.
Like
yeah.
I just do.
Yeah,
I do.
Did you have the same upbringing that us? Like on Saturday morning, your parents are cleaning
Loud
the
as
house,
fuck, and no one's sleeping.
Yeah, you're like you're sleeping, and then the grandma or whomever it is turns on the music. It's like it's cleaning time, and there's Bronco in the background and shit.
Yep.
No,
ya está tarde. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. What are you talking about?
Ya se acabó la mitad del día.
Yeah, el día. Yes, I know. It's like 6.
It's like what? Like it's just starting. No, ya se acabó casi la mitad.
But you know what's funny? Like I'm a mom now, and that's kind of.
You know what you're doing? Oh, get up! It's getting late. Go.
I start rage. Brian's all scared. He's all, fuck it, I'm cleaning. And he's actually recovering from an injury right now. So I have him. He usually doesn't sweep or do anything. I'm doing all. I know he should help a little. He does the dishes. So there's certain things that he will do, but he's always gone. Wrestling keeps him out of the house. So I do get a little bit of help. I'll have like, you know, my cleaning lady, Senora, come by and they'll help me out because. It's overwhelming. I have 2 kids, so but I'm most of the time cleaning. So I have him like vacuuming now. Mm-hmm. If you guys go on my Instagram, you see him like
I did see that. I
fucking
did see that.
vacuuming, and I was like,
I'm like, that vacuum looks tiny.
Mío! And just so you know, the vacuum is large, so it looks tiny next to him.
He's probably like doing like curls with the vacuum.
But like, yeah, so I have him cleaning right now. He's like at home with the kids. He's very domesticated.
See, with that going on, you said you're a mother of how many kids you got again?
I have 2.
2 kids.
I have a 7-year-old daughter named Skylar, and then I have my little baby Moshomi. He's my babies. He's my little baby. He's my boy. It's so different though. Like everyone's like, boy, mom, watch, you'll see. And then I was like, fuck.
So like with
it's
you,
a little different with the boys. I don't know. I know you said you had 2 girls.
Yes,
yeah. My wife and I, we have our little boy, and it's kind of funny because we talked about the idea of like what happens when we have number 2. And then I asked him, like, hey, if we have number 2, if it's a girl, what would you say? She's like, nah. He's like, I'm used to the boys now. I need another boy. Won't do it.
That's how I felt about my daughter. I'm like, I don't know if I can do a boy. And I was like, oh my God, she's so obsessed with me. Like, I swear, he just like stares at me, and it's like, so it's a little bit different. My daughter, me and her are like this. She's a mama's girl.
Uh-huh.
Loves her dad, but like we're always together because he travels more. We're always together. It's como like, what did it say? Uña y tierra, like just kind of. She's always attached to me.
Yeah.
But my son is like different. He's just like thinks I'm like the funniest, the best. Like
how old is he again?
He's 17 months.
17 months.
But he's
let me tell you
he's
that
already
in the
talking. It's like crazy how it gets insane. Maybe because he's a second kid, but he watches everything my daughter does, so he just does it. And so he's learned everything fast. He was saying "mama." He was like 8 months old.
You are not prepared. Let me tell you this.
I'm scared. I'm sweating in here, by the way.
These
strippers have to be sweating.
Oh,
their culos off in here.
They got swass going on.
Fucking imagine how those thongs smell and shit.
Like, hey man, you left a streak of sweat on me. What's going on?
It just looks like a big old V.
I know.
That's hilarious.
Because I'm like, how do you? I mean, these lights are not even that bright for it to be this sweaty.
And you know they have these velvet like curtains in here because they go into these rooms.
That.
I now have VD.
Yeah. You have all of the things.
I have all of them
from
at once.
A to Z at one time.
We'll get a shot tomorrow.
It sounds horrible. I'm sorry if you guys are watching this and you happen to be in that realm of job.
If you are a stripper.
Mis respetos. But that shit's I'm a germaphobe, dude. I'm a germaphobe, like just from the mic that was being used in the ring, let alone like
I was sweating.
someone
I'm putting this. I was
sweating on me.
I was setting the equipment earlier. My dude, I'm sweating. It's only been like 2 minutes. I can't even imagine how people feel.
Dude, but you know what? You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I was telling you that you're going to experience some things with the boy that you never thought you were going to experience in your life. Because the look I see on my wife's face when my son says certain things, and I'll give you a little story.
I want to hear
the other
this
day, he had a soccer tournament, and we were.
How old is he, by the way?
He's just turned 8.
Okay. Oh, our kids are like around the same age.
So
Yeah,
he's
7.5.
He's literally just turned it, and so we're driving northbound, and on the drive over there, my wife starts driving a little fast, and he goes, "I can tell you're driving fast." And my wife and I were like, "Okay, why?" He's like, "My balls are tingling."
What?
He told me that. I was like, what?
I was like, what the fuck? I just turned around and I looked out the window. I could feel my wife's eyeballs on me. Like, she turned around and looked at me like, are you going to step in here? And I'm like, nope.
Is this... Wait, do balls tingle when you go fast in a car?
No. I don't know. But that's your future. I just want to let you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is what you're waiting for.
So much. So much. Yeah, boys and their penises, dude, and their balls. Like, it's like a thing. My son just discovered he has that.
Oh,
and he will pull and tug on it. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I know we're talking about a little tiny baby right now, but it's like, boys.
Imagine when he's 13.
Bro,
let's not.
My son has this tendency when I'm getting him dressed in the morning for school sometimes. Not all the time, but I'll give him his clothes that he's got, and he's got his, his underwear from the night before. And he usually takes baths at night or something, you know? So he's got the underwear from the night before, and I give him everything so he can get dressed. And now he's at that age where I'm getting him, ready for school, and I just got to get his food ready. He can get, obviously he's dressing himself. And then my wife, at the end of the night, she's like helping him get ready into his pajamas. She's like, did you know your son has 2 underwears on? Because he literally put the new underwear, the clean underwear, over the old one, and that's how he went out throughout his day. And he's just fucking wild like that, dude. It's fucking nuts.
Dude, my kid layers food too, or layers clothes too. Yeah. Why I said even food too is because she fucking hides food. Yeah. My kid, it's like the things that they do. She'll like hide food in her lunch, like, and take things with her in her backpack. And then the teacher's like, hey, because she goes to this like, it's like a, I don't want to say it's a private school, so it's like homeschool that someone else. It's called micro schooling.
Yeah.
So Nevada doesn't have the best school, so we were like, we got to figure this one out because it's really bad. It's worse than California. So we found this school, but so they have a little bit more freedom. So my daughter will tuck like fucking cheese sticks, like in her fucking pants. And like, dude, and I'm just like, and then the teacher's like, Skylar brought a cheese stick, and it was in her shorts, and we found it because it fell out and it was melted, and it was like, but we weren't sure, and she's like, it was in my shorts, I was trying to hide it from my mom. I'm like, oh my gosh, Skylar Faith.
That's an oily stain on the side of her clothes.
Well, but
it's like the sentences you don't ever think you're gonna say. Why don't you ever put a cheese stick in your underwear and go to school? Like, and that sentence comes out of my mouth, and I'm like, I can't believe I just said that.
That's paranoid.
That's fucking weird.
Like right now, like I said, I got 2 daughters, 11 and 13. My wife texted me like about an hour ago. She said, hey, babe, I'm going to bed. Good night. Because she has to get up early for work. She's a nurse.
I've had a feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Really?
I swear.
Yeah. And then and my daughters are both on summer break now. So they're still awake. So now my 11-year-old, that's what I'm texting right now. She texts me, hey, Dada, where are you? What time you coming home? Why aren't you home yet?
She's worse than your wife.
Where are you? What time you coming home? Why aren't you home yet?
His younger daughter cracks me up because they'll take family pictures. And everyone's smiling, and the younger daughter looks like she's having the worst time of her life. And I'm like, that's my spirit animal. Your daughter is my spirit animal.
Every picture's on.
Yeah. I'm like smiling. I was like, I am. But no, you being a mom, and you being obviously you and your husband Brian Cage being in the entertainment. Brian wrestling, you in the wrestling, ring announcing, doing all in acting, and yesterday when we were messaging, you were in the middle of doing a commercial.
Dude, yeah.
So you guys being so busy, how do you guys balance parenthood, motherhood and kids, and your work?
I don't know. One day at a time. Like every day could look different. Like one day I'm at home doing a commercial, and then next day I'm here at a strip club.
In the back private.
In the private area of a strip club. Hey.
Culo.
Eating Cheetos. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know what? I used to think, like...
By the way, did you picture your Chicago vacation working like this? Your stay?
No, not at all.
I thought it was going to be a classy one.
It's actually... I mean, it's not horrible. It's just hot.
Velvet.
It's velvety. It's smooth. But like, I just think we just take it day by day. I think we're just so used to it now. And we live in Vegas, so that was a big move from California to Vegas. Even though it's not, it's a 3.5-hour drive. It's not crazy.
Yeah.
We don't have family there. So we have a couple of nannies. It just sounds like we have nannies. Like, I don't even like to say it. I have people to help me watch my kids so that I'm able to go and do certain things. You know, like if I have to be gone and then Brian's gone at the same time, we have to have a nanny, or I fly in my mom. So my mom does help, but my dad, and it's kind of sad and depressing, but my dad had a major stroke a 1.5 years ago. So she's with him. I know it sucks to watch your parents like get old and things happen, and so I don't share that. I have a very private life that nobody knows about, and then what they see is what I allow them to see.
Right, of course.
So I didn't share anything about my dad really. So because of that, I don't have my mom as much. So now I have like a second nanny. That's so crazy.
Yeah, well, all the
It
best.
cracks me up. It cracks me up because I'm like, I always tell myself, I don't know what is a nanny, but here I am.
You have a nanny for the nanny?
I have a nanny for the nanny, basically. But it's helpful. So it's the only way because we don't have family. But Nevada is just, it's cool. Vegas is so cool. It's close to California, so I could still go. Hopefully I can have my dad with me eventually. We're trying to figure out how to do that. We're trying to get a minivan. Oh my God. But for my dad too, because my dad can't walk or talk anymore. So it's a way of like, you know, I don't want to talk about depressive things, but it's the reality of life. And that way I can put him in the car and then bring him with me.
Yeah.
And so, so they're close enough. So that's good. And
Well,
I have
all
my
the
mom.
best to him.
I
Yeah,
know,
definitely.
you know, God is, he has the last say.
Yes.
So we just, you know, he's slowly having like moments of like breakthroughs, but it's hard. Yeah. It was a pretty bad stroke. So.
We just had a conversation with someone,
Yeah.
and we were talking about parents, you know, getting old and
It's
whatnot.
the worst.
And I mentioned something that, as heartless as it sounds, you can't argue with it. But like, you know, my mom, she's dealing with some stuff too right now. My dad, same thing.
Yeah.
And when we were talking, I told my boss that one day. I was like, hey, you know, I just want to know. I told him what my parents were dealing with, and he goes, old parents suck. And then I go, Jesus fucking Christ,
Damn.
that sucked, but I can't argue with that. You know, it's the truth, and that's life. You know, and
It's
we
hard.
have to figure it out. You know,
You just figure out a way to like help them as much as you can, and that's about it.
yeah.
That's all we can do.
Well, our best to him.
Yeah, I know. You know, the only thing that I regret, like, I think and do this, make sure you do. I know this sounds crazy, but I don't have any recordings of my dad on my voicemail. I always save as much as I can, and I was like, did I not ever save my dad like calling me? Because they
You
used
take
to
it for
call
granted.
me. Oh my gosh! Anyway, you do. It's just that you don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You think that they're like invincible. Like I don't know, and so my birthday just passed, and so usually my mom
birthday.
and my dad, thank you, my mom and my dad both call me at the same time and sing happy birthday. And so my dad doesn't do that anymore. So I was like, oh man, I never saved one of those.
Yeah.
And so save your messages.
No, it's- you're right about that.
But it
You're
is
right
what it
about
is.
that.
I'm very blessed. I have, you know, I love my husband. I love my kids. I'm just so blessed. I have really good family. You know, there's drama, but whatever.
Which family?
I know
doesn't
it's
have
always
drama?
a soap opera, but other
Yeah.
than that,
Especially
it's
what
cool.
Latino family doesn't have drama?
I know,
Shit,
you have to.
man.
It's the only way.
Exactly.
I'm curious.
yeah.
You mentioned your dad, and obviously it sounds from the voice, you know, everything you say, you love him a lot.
Yeah.
What was the meeting between Brian and him when they first met?
My dad was all, oh yeah, the muscle. Hace ejercicio. And he goes, and my dad goes, ¿sabes? And it's in Spanish. He goes, ¿sabes? Cuando yo estaba de tu edad, así tenía el
I look just like you.
But no joke, my dad was like buff for no reason. For no reason. He didn't even really work out. Like, it was just actually kind of disrespectful. He drank a lot of beer, so he had like really buff arms and like
But the big belly.
little pancita.
Yeah, the big Latino belly and shit, big arms.
And that's what got him in trouble. Like he loved his beer, you know what I mean? He was like, I'm gonna eat my Cheetos. I'm gonna eat Cheetos, but you know, things that That's what it is,
Well, no, as we start winding down here, because we want to respect your time. We know you got an early flight. Let's finish off with your podcast, Slaying with Santos.
I'm so excited. So I love murder mystery podcast, like obsessed.
Murder mystery, that's awesome.
I know. I feel like a lot of girls like watching true crime stuff, but men do too. I know, probably.
All of our wives are trying to secretly murder us, and that's where they're getting their information from.
You guys, people joke about that, but hey, I just think it's so interesting. And then also,
my wife would be like, "Come sit and watch with me." Man kills family of 6. No, I'm good.
No, my husband goes, and Brian's like, but you get anxious. I get anxious about other things, and he's like, but you don't get anxious with that. And I'm like, it literally calms me down.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's something wrong with you. And I'm like, I swear to you, I'll be like drinking my coffee in the morning. I'm like, Alexa, play Murder Mystery Makeup, which is one of my favorite podcasts. Her name is Bailey Sarian, and she just tells stories and she puts on makeup.
That is not creepy at all.
And she tells a story.
Is that where you got the idea for?
She was one of the first ones I started following, and then I just never thought that I was going to do it, but I liked it so much, and I'm like, I want to do it.
So are you reading books for this, or where are you getting your
I do.
for?
I like crime. I guess back in the day, first thing I wanted to be an FBI agent. Like growing up, I don't know, solve crimes.
I think that's a girl thing, because my wife did the same thing. That's what she wanted.
I wanted to do it.
She married me, and
and
the dream was over after that.
And so no, I don't know. I just kind of fell in. I just thought I'm gonna try it, and so far I created a name. I did my first episode. I was like, oh my gosh, and this is really hard to edit. So you do all the editing for this.
Yeah, yep.
So I'm, God bless you, because that is. I was like, I spent like a whole day and a half going, what the fuck.
Regretting your decision to have a podcast.
Can I even really do this?
Right.
And so I'm like, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do all like my breaking news stuff from home. I'm going to do all that stuff, and I'm going to have someone else produce it. So there's a podcast studio that's going to, we're collaborating in production. Awesome place, Latino owned too, super cool. I mean, I was just coincidental, but I mean, they're really hungry. They're 2 years in, and they have all these setups. And so one of the setups is I'm going to create my own setup within that same room when I'm there. Something really easy, but it's awesome. They have the whole thing. I don't have to do anything. They're going to promote everything monthly or weekly so that I don't have to think about it as much. And then I want to learn. Of course, I love absorbing. So I'm like, I want to learn how to do this. So and I'll be in it. So maybe.
Oh, I could tell the moment you walked in and you looked at what we had set up here, you were like,
ooh, I like it. I'm all.
You were taking notes.
Stealing that. But yeah, so I'm really excited. I have some people. I don't want to say any names, but I have some people that are mentoring me and some people that are successful at podcasting that I'm like, oh my gosh, I emulate. Then I'm like, oh, I hope one day I can do stuff like that. And people that are willing to happen to also be wrestling fans too, that happen to be in that space, that produce, that are just kind of guiding me, holding my hand, and just letting me do my thing. And one thing that they told me, it just needs to be a very solid product. It has to be, because it's so oversaturated that it just make it real and solid. And I'm like, okay. Okay, here we are. We'll see what happens. I'm going to shoot my first episode Monday. So it's Slaying with Santos on YouTube. And then I'll give you guys the information. It's brand new. So Slaying with Santos. And you can follow Slaying with Santos on Instagram, just like that. And then you can follow Melissa Santos Official if you don't already follow Melissa Santos Official.
You should follow.
But you should. If you don't follow, you gotta get on now.
Chinguen a su madre, whomever doesn't follow, right?
Okay. Chinguen a su madre.
Chinguen a su puta madre.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you gotta get deep.
You gotta get deep.
You gotta get deep.
Puta
Madre, yeah.
But I mean, I'm excited because it's something that. Sorry, I'm eating.
No, it's all right.
Cheetos.
ASMR. Sorry, guys.
After a long day of announcing.
Hey, Cheetos and beer. That's what I'm talking about.
Cheers. Cheers one more time.
She has to, get that energy back.
It's something that isn't necessarily in my wheelhouse, but it's something that I love, and I'm like, man, I really like this. And producing it has been really exciting, and then reading, about criminals, and just, I'm thinking I will most likely have maybe people I interview that are in that space. I have some ideas of margarita and margarita and murders and just hang out with like a couple of friends that are like
Mimosas.
cool and fun, like like mimosas and murder. I don't know,
just picture them by the like pool, like
I know, like
but talking about killing.
I just feel like that would be fun, but I'm gonna keep it light and fun. And I know it's can be weird because it's also crime, but it is also, I mean, it's a realities.
Yeah.
Like it's what it is. I have like a crazy sense of humor. It's very dark too, so I feel like it works.
I love a dark.
I can handle.
And we're back. We had a little bit of technical, not even technical difficulties. They just came and shut the lights off on us. Oh
yeah,
shit!
That's a
go
first. Look, guys, we're at a strip club, and the wrestling show just finished, and they're trying to get the girls in here to work and twerk a little bit to make some dollars, and they basically shut the lights off.
You guys didn't see him, but he did a move when he did twerk, and he did a move.
Did I twerk a little bit?
You did.
I know it's weird. I'm a very
You
visual
looked
guy.
back at it for real.
I know,
You
right?
did. You did.
I arched the back.
This is not wholesome at all, but okay, sir.
My wholesome question was gonna be to finish out the podcast. I knew we were about to kind of close it up. For all those that you guys have been watching the show, and we've mentioned the name, her husband basically. Yes. And we said Brian a few times,
yes.
But I don't know if anybody at home is actually paying attention or knows. But Brian Cage of AEW is.
I already said that.
Yeah, is her husband. And for those of you that weren't following, I forgot. Sorry, Danny. But anyhow, my wholesome question to you is: how did you guys meet, and how did he propose?
Lucha Underground.
What was the proposal like?
It was.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. She's already giggling because she knows it's good.
It was so weird and awkward. You know how everyone's like, oh, let's have a photographer. And you act all, oh, I'm so surprised. He was getting on my nerves, right? Like, and we went to a restaurant to eat, and I had no idea he was going to propose to me. And I was like, we really need to talk, right? Like one of those. And it's like, I have to like tell him all these things and all my feelings and all this stuff. And he was just like, and I'll never forget his blank face, just like staring at me. And I'm like, you're not gonna listen to my concerns? Like, I don't even know what it was that I was trying to tell him, but I remember him going, babe, can you just for 1 second? And I'm like, no, but I have to tell you about this. And he's like, no, babe, I'm just trying to tell you something right now. And I'm like, but you're not even really listening to me. He's all, babe, I'm just trying to. And I'm like, what? And he's like, I've been trying to give you this for the past 30 minutes. And I'm like, and I touched it. I'm like, is that what I think it is? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, and I'm like, are you not gonna get down on one knee? And he's like, oh shit. And he gets down on one knee. So it wasn't very romantic. It was not very storybook. It was not very Notebook, which by the way is his favorite movie.
But it was very
what?
And then
you just heard it.
See?
His
Tay and
favorite
Notebook.
movie,
Taylor
Rachel McAdams. He has pictures of her
Taylor Swift
in the room,
and the Notebook.
in his game room at home. He has his little game room. It's pretty cool, by the way, because I've helped decorate it at this point. So I buy him cool stuff for like his walls and stuff. But he has Rachel McAdams. I'm not in that room. Oh, yeah, I am actually, like a Lucha Underground thing, but not like just me. Rachel McAdams is all like all.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Chi-Chi's out. No, I'm just kidding.
On that note,
I love that Chi-Chi's out. Her sign off today, guys, by the way, at the end of the show, as she's basically saying goodbye to all the wrestling fans, she says, hey, you know what? The club is giving you guys all free passes.
They told me to say that.
Yeah, in case some of you guys want to stick around and see some Chi-Chis. I nearly spit my beer out when I heard
all the Latinos, Chi-Chis. We know what that is.
But no, Melissa, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We hope you had a good time
here.
You
guys go watch my podcast, and we'll follow and then watch, because
Slaying with Santos.
Yeah, Slaying with Santos. It's my new thing, out of my wheelhouse, but I'm just gonna be chilling out.
And what's the Instagram for you?
Melissa Santos Official, and then Slaying with Santos, and I'm just gonna be talking about crime stuff.
Well, big thank you.
Murder shit.
Murder shit.
Thank Brian, I I'd be worried.
So,
I'm just saying
ladies,
that.
if you want to tune in and know how to get it done, I'm just kidding. I'm not showing you guys how to do it. I'm just telling stories on how it's been done.
You're
You guys can do
basically an
what you want with that
accomplice.
information.
You're
Okay?
basically an accomplice now.
No, but
All y'all are accomplices. Anyway, but thank you.
Thank you so much,
I know,
Melissa.
thank
We
you.
thank you. We
I
really
appreciate
appreciate you
it.
coming and hanging out with us. We hope you had a good time. Big thank you to Melissa Santos for coming and hanging out with us, man. Big special thanks to our sponsors, the Law Office of Christopher Hoff and Taco Villa in Villa Park.
And our new sponsor,
Wrestling Tees.
out from Canada.
Wrestling Tees.
The boys are
in-
part of the show now.
Yes,
Hell
sir.
yeah.
Yes.
What?
But no, Melissa is the part of the episode where we raise up our beverages and sign off with a toast saying salud, cabrones.
Salud.
So when you're ready, 1, 2, 3.
Salud, cabrones.
We out.